Hello, I'm Pamela Davis. Welcome to episode 41 of the Well Done Life podcast. Hello, and welcome back to episode 41 of the Well Done Life podcast. I'm your host, Pamela Davis. If you're new here, hey, how are you? If you've been here before, what's up? Thank you for continuing to support me. The Well Done Life podcast is about women coming together, sharing our stories, learning, and growing from each other. Before we get started with this week's episode, I want to say thank you to everyone out here as we battle COVID. A special thank you to all the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, all of you. Thank you so much for making our lives easier. I don't know if you hear it enough, but I want to make sure that I give my praise and reverence to you. So let's dive into this week's episode. And I'm recording a little earlier than I normally would. It's actually Friday night, October the 30th at 9:14 p.m. This is my fourth time trying to record this episode. It's challenging for me, and I don't know why. But anywho, so let's talk about what's going on. We are at the pinnacle point almost for the election, and I know that it's getting stressful. It's been stressful. There's been so much news, commentary, commercials, robocalls, emails, direct mail, I think text message. I think I've been solicited to vote 8 ways to Sunday. And I definitely think that if you haven't voted, please make sure you do vote. It's so important that we have your voices counted. It is too late for you to mail in your ballot here in the state of Florida. However, I would recommend that you would take your ballot, to the supervisor of elections office in your area so that they can make sure that your ballot is counted. There's been a lot of movement in other states in regards to mail-in voting, so make sure your vote is counted. If you put it in their hands, there's no way that they can't count it, and especially if you can get it there before Election Day. And luckily, if you live in Orange County here in Orlando, they have it set up where you can actually just drop it off. I think I've talked about it before, but I didn't even have to get out of my car. I went twice because I voted one day, and then a few weeks later I took my sister's ballot down there. And it was so easy. Everyone was so nice. And you could check online to make sure that your ballot was received and it will be counted. So that makes sure all of your signature was good and everything. So do your part. And if you do have to wait in line, I hope it's not a long time. Try to go in this weekend if you can to go ahead and knock it out. I was talking to a friend of mine tonight, and she mentioned that she went on her lunch hour today, and it only took her 20 minutes to vote. So there really is no excuse. There are options out there. Make sure that your voice is heard. We need your vote. And with that, if after you vote, the best thing that I want to offer you, what I want to advise you to do, because I think that the election anxiety is high, I think it's time to zen the heck out. I think it's time to cut off some of this media rhetoric for a bit and give yourself a break. And don't get me wrong, let me preface it. Media rhetoric might have been a little bit harsh, but I think that you have to give yourself a break so that you can be gentle with your soul. I think that we get traumatized every time there's some dramatic news on the screen or some article or tweet that we see or some image. There is so much going on right now. You have to give yourself time to heal from all of the trauma that you get exposed to. So take a break. Take a break this weekend and give yourself some grace because we need you to be strong. I think personally this is a time for us to rest and relax because I think the real work begins after the election. Yes, everyone exercised their vote, and hopefully it'll be so decisive this time that we'll have a clear-cut winner and not have to go through some of the tragedies that we have gone through in the past. I mean, I live in the state of Florida, so that Al Gore, it is just traumatic, and the hanging Chad. So there's lots of fears and preconceived notions about how things could go. But I'm also a firm believer in being intentional and setting the tone. So I'm believing that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will win. I'm trying to put that in the atmosphere with all of my might. But at the same time, I'm also saying, you know what? I need to disconnect from some of this madness for a while. So I'm taking a break, which is why I'm recording early, because I need to take some time just to kind of heal myself. Take some time to watch The Mandalorian, because, the new Mandalorian started today. And if you haven't watched that show, you should, because the child, or Baby Yoda, is adorable. And it's 30 minutes of non-political good content. So I would check it out on Disney Plus. And then I'm going to catch up on all the Netflix shows that I've missed. I've heard Emily in Paris is good. I'm going to try to read some of my books. I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to make sure I have really healthy food. And I'm going to sleep, because I want to rest up. I want to get myself together so that when next week comes, I am calm and collected. I will be burning sage and having the water and the oil flowing, because I want to make sure I'm carrying peace wherever I go. And I wish those things on all of you. I want you to do whatever you need to do this weekend that's going to give you peace. There's just going to be, because you're always going to be surrounded in something. We are always going to be surrounded in something. There is always going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. And that's okay, because that's life and we expect that. But at the same part of it, we have to make sure that we give ourselves grace. We have to make sure that we disconnect from it. And so we can rest and refuel and recharge and renew and restore ourselves. Because when the next week comes, we'll need all of those things and more to help us prepare for what's ahead. 2020 has been one of these years where, again, it's about revelations. It's about pulling back the curtain. We have seen so much, and we continue to see so much every day. We have to prepare for it. We have to prepare. So take this time to prepare. Take this time to be with your family. Take this time to sleep. Take this time to renew and restore yourself, because that's what's going to make sure that you are able to live the well-done life and that you're prepared for what's ahead. That's really what it's about, because you don't want to be out here stressed out and unsure, because then all you're doing is bringing anxiety onto yourself, and you just don't want to do that. You don't want to make yourself any more stressed out than the world is already trying to make you. So take care of yourself and be kind to yourself this week. And for everyone out here who is trying to figure it out, I think we're all trying to figure it out. And when I say you're trying to figure it out, meaning you don't know if you're going to vote or, who to vote for, you have to vote based upon what matters to you and what's going to be the real catalyst for your family or your life moving forward. And not just you, but this thinking generationally. It's about vision. I'm not here to judge you. Yes, I am not a fan of Donald Trump by no means. But I'm also not a huge fan of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I voted based upon my interests and what meant the most to me and my family and who I believe was best for the country. And there's going to be disagreements, just like there are going to be disagreements on pretty much anything that goes on within this world. And that's just the life that we live. We're all not the same, and that's okay. But the only thing that I would recommend that you be so confident in the person that you vote for that you don't have to hide it. Because you are confident in your choice. To me, when you have to hide something, that's a reflection of you're just not confident. You don't believe in it. So why would you give something so precious as your vote to something that you don't believe in? And don't let influence or wealth persuade you. Make your decision based upon you, because there is no celebrity who out here who is living our lives. They're celebrities, and we appreciate them and value them for their entertainment purposes, their intellect, their wealth, all those things that they bring. It's wonderful. But at the same time, we have to think more so about us, and we have to think about what matters most to us and to our families and to the future. Because the decisions that we make in this election are not short-term decisions. The things that we decide to support are decisions that will affect generations beyond us, and we have to be vision minded. That's one of the reasons why I'm advocating that you take this time to rest, that you prepare yourself for what's coming ahead, because the decisions that we've had to make are just so heavy. And so you have to make sure that your vision is clear. You can't be cloudy and make a strong decision. It's not just about us. It's about the future. So you have to be clear with that. So just think about what I'm saying. I mean, really, I hope I'm not rambling, but it is very important to make sure that your vision is clear. Your vision can't be clear if you're tired. Your vision is not normally clear when you're stressed out. Your vision is not normally clear when you feel pressured. You want to make sure that, again, it aligns with what matters to you. And whatever it is, you feel so confident about it that you can stand in it. That you can stand in it, you support it full force, because you know it's exactly what you should have done. So just think about that as you're making your decisions, or if you have made your decisions. Because again, it's not about judgment. It's just about making sure that you align your vision with your purpose, and that you are fueling that purpose and vision by taking care of yourself, because they all go together. So I know this is a shorter episode, but I just really wanted to hop on and kind of give you that, hopefully, a little bit of a push to take care of yourself. I really hope that you guys enjoy your weekend. I know it's Halloween as well. Have fun with your family and friends, but definitely just make sure that you socially distance. I know our cases here in Orange County of COVID-19 are continuing to rise, and we definitely need to try to make sure we get it down. But we all have to live lives, so just be conscious of your surroundings. Make sure you're wearing your mask, socially distance. Just do your part. And at the same time, like I said, now dealing also with an election, take care of yourselves this weekend. Show yourself some love. Laugh super hard. Find something that brings you joy and hold on to it, because pockets of peace and joy are very valuable. Just as valuable as that vote that you've given or are about to give. So treat it as such and love on yourselves this weekend. And I will definitely be back next week. I am looking forward to kind of a special episode that I have in the works. And I'm very excited to share with you once it kind of all comes together. But I definitely hope that you will be kind to yourselves and love on each other and give yourself grace and take care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.